I sentence you to life in prison.
These teenagers dancing and laughing in the courtroom brutally murdered an elderly grandmother. Because they were minors, they thought they'd get the lightest sentence possible. But one statement from the judge wiped those smiles right off their faces. At the time, 73-year-old Linda Fricky had parked to make a phone call, but she had no idea that three 14-year-olds were slowly approaching her car door. Two of the teenagers yanked open the door of her silver Nissan. After they pepper sprayed the victim, the suspects appeared to kick and punch the grandmother. The teenagers forcibly dragged her out of the car and then drove off, but Linda's seatbelt was still wrapped around her body, so she got dragged along the road until her arm was crushed. Witnesses said her screaming lasted for 3 minutes. It was the most heartbreaking cry they'd ever heard. Linda died before the police arrived. Police released surveillance footage of the suspects on Monday. After family members turned them in, the suspects were arrested. Those guys were only 14, so they figured they'd get the minimum sentence. At first, the judge did indeed hand down the minimum 15-year prison sentence. But at the final hearing, while the victim's family was crying in anguish,
I just fell to the ground crying. I wish I could have helped my sister. I just wish I would have been there.
those teenagers were laughing out loud and even dancing around in the courtroom. The judge saw absolutely zero remorse in them, so he decided to overturn his own ruling.
I was willing to give you a chance to change, but all I saw was you smiling at the victim's family with no remorse. I sentenced you to life in prison.
The new verdict made all those teenagers' smiles disappear completely. In the end, the 14-year-old was sentenced to life in prison, only eligible for parole after 40 years. So do you agree with the judge's decision? Leave your thoughts in the comments.